In the news chapter, we see Shanks bandaged, sworn in as Holy Knight of the World Government. But where did those wounds come from? How did the calm, confident, red-haired Shanks get the scar that throbs him to this day? Stay tuned, I've got a theory that ties Shanks, Blackbeard, and Roger's final wish together. What's up everyone? If you like me, chapter 1167 blew your mind. Suddenly Shanks is in Mary Geoise, dressed in a Knight of God outfit with a bandage over his left eye. No explanation, no context, just a hint that he's been through something brutal, and yet we have heard him talk about that wound once before. Let's rewind to chapter 433. Shanks sails straight up to the Whitebeard ship to beg him, please stop Ace from chasing Blackbeard. During that tense meeting, he points at his scarred left eye and says one of Whitebeard's own men gave him that injury. Marshall D. Teach. We can agree on 3 canon facts. Shanks' scar came from Blackbeard. Shanks still feels it, even though Teach had no devil fruit at the time. Shanks thought Teach was dangerous enough to risk a war just to stop him. Fast forward to chapter 1167, Harold arrives in the Holy Land and finds Shanks casually talking with Shamrock. Shanks is wearing the God Knight's uniform, living with Garling, but he's bandaged over his left eye and is clearly frustrated. He even says he has spent 24 years feeling out of place, hinting at a deep backstory. This is the first time we see Shanks injured since, the first episode. Oda doesn't show us who did it or when it happened, so here is the part where my theory begins. Roger's final secret and the mission for Shanks. Believe it or not. Now imagine, Roger's last words to Shanks weren't just a farewell. What if, as he awaited his execution, he pulled Shanks and Buggy aside and laid out the truth about God Valley? So right now it is not yet confirmed that Buggy is Zebek's son, but we assume it for this moment. Picture this. Roger looks at them both and says, "There's more to your heritage than you know." He reveals that Shanks has Davy blood, that his red hair links him to the Davy clan. And he tells Buggy, "You aren't just another cabin boy, you're a son of Roxy Zebek, who also is part of the Davy clan." Roger lays out what he learned at the Laugh Tale, the rise and the fall of Rox, the Holy Knights, the world government darkest secrets, and the true history they're trying to erase. He entrusts the two with a mission: unite the heirs of Davy to expose the world government's lies and restore balance to the world. But Buggy is more interested in treasure. He storms off, ignoring his supposed destiny. Roger laughs, half amused, half disappointed, and turns to Shanks. "If Buggy won't accept his heritage," he says, "there's another son of Zebek. You must find him, Marshall D. Teach." This reframes Shanks' quest completely. He isn't just chasing Roger's dream, he's been charged with building an alliance between 2 bloodlines and bringing the truth to light. It also hints that Roger treated Shanks and Buggy differently because he knew their heritage and what they might one day become. This led to a meetup between Shanks and Teach. 15 years ago, Shanks goes looking for Marshall D. Teach. Shanks tells him what he knows about God Valley, the incident, Rox, and the rumors about his own lineage. Teach doesn't flinch. Instead, he leans in and replies with a cold, ruthless tone, "I already know all of that, but you got it wrong. I know who your father really is. You are part of the Davy clan. That red hairs of yours, speaks for itself. Teach continues, sharper and more merciless with every word. I remember the day you were born on my home island. Red-haired twins. And we watched a so-called noble man stain our bloodline. You have a twin brother, Shanks. If you want the truth about the Holy Land, then go there yourself. Join them. Learn why they want you alive. You never figured that out, did you? Here's where the theory takes off. Shanks and Teach talk like allies at first. Teach is Zebek's son, and Shanks is a part of the Davy clan. They have a common enemy, the world government. Teach proposes a truce, or Shanks. He'll let Shanks infiltrate the Holy Land to gather information, while he remains a pirate, and tells him about the importance of the Nika devil fruit. Then, out of nowhere, Teach strikes, without a warning, without bad intent. Shanks doesn't even realize it. Teach rakes his claws across Shanks' face, leaving the 3-line scar we know. As he leaves, Teach says something chilling and purposeful. If I ever meet your twin brother, I won't need to hold back. These scars will help me tell you apart. Shanks is left on the ground, bleeding, but smiling. Why? Because in that moment Teach confirms his heritage and hands him a wanted poster that reads, "Wanted alive." Suddenly Shanks understands why the world government wants him captured alive. So this is where chapter 1167 lines up beautifully with the theory. Shanks, now scarred and informed, decides to accept his noble heritage. He infiltrates the Holy Land, joining the God Knights not as a traitor, but as a double agent. He became a blade of God to hunt down the Nika fruit. After receiving his scar from Teach, he realized that the government held the only viable leads, so he signed on for a single year, using his Figarland status to access classified information. This would explain why Shanks is bandaged and in uniform in the latest chapters. He isn't going noble, he's undercover, and his frustration isn't about loyalty, it's about how far he has to go to fulfill Roger's final wish, finding the Nika fruit and ensuring Joy Boy's return. This would also mean that why did Shanks stop Kaido from attacking Marineford? Why did he ask Whitebeard to stop Ace? And why did he arrive at Marineford at the last second? Under this theory, he wasn't trying to save Ace, he was trying to save Blackbeard. Roger's son, Ace, might have been strong enough to end the Davy bloodline. It's maybe what Shanks was thinking. So the only reason he came there was to ensure that Teach leaves alive. He knew if Teach died, the pact with Zebek's bloodline would be broken. When Shanks told Whitebeard that his scar still hurt, it wasn't just about physical pain, it was a reminder. A reminder of his twin brother, of the truth Teach forced onto him, and of the noble bloodline Shanks never asked for, but can never escape. So that's a theory. Shanks' scar isn't just a wound, it's a symbol of secret alliance between the heirs of Davy and the first noble of the D clan. So the bandages in chapter 1167 hint at a battle that left Shanks battered and forced him to go undercover as a God Knight. He might have accepted that role to find the Nika fruit and fulfill Roger's dying wish. But what do you think? Does this all make sense? Was Teach telling him the truth? Did Roger really plan this alliance? And do you think Shanks will reveal his real motives when the Straw Hats finally reach Laughtale? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this theory, subscribe for more One Piece breakdowns and share the video with your fellow pirates. Until next time, stay curious and keep your eyes open for the clues that Oda leaves behind. Hi, X-Dyke here. I'm cutting the video and I noticed that the audio is kind of laggy sometimes, so I apologize for that.